The potato pancake's been cooking for 8 minutes on medium-high heat. And the bottom is nice and golden brown, and so are the edges. So it's time to get it on my baking sheet and pop it in the oven. So you want to do is make sure that the pancake is loose, and you can use your spatula to help you. And I take it and I put it on my baking sheet that I've already sprayed with some cooking spray, just so the potato pancake doesn't stick. And we're going to pop this in the oven at 450 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until there's a nice crust on the top. And while we're here, I am going to check on my nuts because I can smell all the spices, so I think they're ready. It's been 45 minutes, so I think we're good. Ah, the cumin, the curry, the cinnamon, I'm telling you. I'm going to let them cool before I break them up. While those cool, I'm going to get started on a really easy cocktail appetizer. These are my cheesy stuffed dates wrapped in prosciutto. So I have some medjool dates that are really, really yummy. And I make the stuffing with some cheese, 2 different kinds of cheese. We're going to do 1/4 cup of goat cheese. So it's a mixture of goat cheese and mascarpone cheese. And we're going to do 1/4 cup of both. Yeah, that's good. And then you want to break them up and start like mixing them up together. And it's nice, the goat cheese gives it kind of a tart flavor. The mascarpone is very florally and very mild. And see, it's very easy to mix together. If you leave them at room temperature, they're nice and soft. And to this, I'm going to add some fresh basil. And I like the basil because of the color and because of the freshness. But the key here is to make sure and just chop it really fine. Everything's kind of delicate in the dates. Just chop them up like this. And who doesn't love sweet dates? They're like candy, you know? So that's why they're so good. A little bit of basil right in there. And some salt and some pepper. Gotta season it. And just some black pepper. And then you mix it all up. And this is basically the stuffing. That's it. There's nothing else. So it doesn't get much easier than this. And you can make these ahead of time and just let them sit. That's the great thing. And see, you can see nice green little bits in the stuffing. And now, I think that the dates are a lot prettier when they're wrapped in something. So I'm going to wrap them up in a little bit of thinly sliced prosciutto. And it's a good counterpart to the sweetness of the dates themselves, because the prosciutto's salty, so you get that salty, sweet, chewy texture all in one, and cheesy, which I think is going to make a really, really yummy cocktail appetizer. There we go. So this is what I like to do. We'll grab a spoon, grab a date, and the dates, the pit has already been taken out of the date, so it's really easy. They already have a slit in them. And I like them because they're nice and big, too, so you can fill them. And the medjool dates are kind of known as the diamond of dates. So if you can find them, they're the best dates. And they're big enough to stuff, and they're super sweet and super chewy, which really makes them fantastic. So you fill them with the cheese, just a spoonful of cheese. I just take a slice of the prosciutto, like that. And then I cut it, just like that, up and down. And then take the date, stuff with cheese, and kind of just wrap them. There you go. Just like that. Isn't that cute? So you kind of get that salty and sweetness in every bite. And then I take a little cocktail pin, and it holds everything together. And these are so fun, because they just make it look more elegant and gourmet. And plus, I just reuse them. I throw them in the dishwasher, wash them up, and reuse them. And all the glass is really going to make the food look fantastic. All right, I'm going to finish filling the rest of my dates and then start plating all of my hors d'oeuvres. And then the star of the show, my blueberry limoncello cooler. A sunny and refreshing cocktail that tastes as great as it looks. So my spice nuts have completely cooled, and look at this. I told you it looked like brittle, and it does. So you just want to like break it up with your hands, and these are spicy and sweet and so good. And then I finished plating the rest of my dates, and look how beautiful they look, right? Good. So now for my potato pancake. So it baked for 25 minutes at 450 degrees, and you can see it's nice and golden brown on top, and it's actually a nice cheesy crust too. So now it's cooled down completely, so let's cut it up. So what I like to do is take a serrated knife and cut it in little squares, just like that. There we go. take a little bit of seasoned mascarpone cheese, and I left the mascarpone cheese at room temperature so that it's easy to kind of just dollop right on top. And then I take a little bit of rosemary right on top. And then I just put it on my platter. Isn't that pretty? All right, I'm gonna finish the rest, and then we're gonna start bringing everything outside. I'm going with a glass theme tonight. Glass table, glass bowls, and glass platters. It's simple, but it's dramatic, and a great way to make the food really pop. All right, so the food's done, and it's looking good. It's time for me to get changed and get started on my cocktail. So it's time for the star of the show, my limoncello blueberry cooler. This is really, really fun, and it's super easy. What I do is I take a few blueberries, and they're fresh blueberries. Now you can use frozen blueberries, but you just have to make sure that you thaw them out first. And I love this because it kind of reminds me of like summer in a glass. It's so good. Then a little bit of mint, and I kind of just like rip the mint up with my hands. You just want that fresh flavor to just be released in there. So the whole 750 milliliters of limoncello. It's like summertime in Capri, honestly, in a glass. And look at that beautiful color, right? It's just stunning. And then a little bit of sparkling water. So about a cup of sparkling water. There we go. And then I just kind of stir it, just gently, because you don't want to break up the blueberries. Okay, and that's it. The drink is done. How beautiful are those colors? They're so much fun. Now, I have a little trick to keeping the glasses nice and chilled. What I do is I take a bucket and I fill it with some crushed ice. I put the glasses right inside the crushed ice because I like to serve this drink tableside. Just like that. Right? Okay, outside we go. All right, you guys, who wants a drink?
I do.
We're gonna start with the drink.
Looks fantastic.
Okay, we've got some limoncello blueberry coolers, as I call them.
Wow.
Go ahead and grab.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Antioxidants.
Yeah.
Is that what makes you feel better about it? Ooh, that one's full. Somebody grab
I'm
that
getting this
one.
one.
Ryan, you're gutsy.
Fantastic.
Let's have something to eat.
Wow, this looks great. Looks great.
Enjoy.
Those are
Enjoy.
really good. Those are a whole meal. in
These?
themselves. Like one of them is very hearty.
No filling. Well, you know what I like? It's the sweet and salty.
Yep.
Because the date is sweet and then the salty.
This is really good.
How is it? Do you like
Those
those?
are good.
Very good. They're good. What's in these?
Amazing.
What,
I'm going
the
for
nuts?
the pancake.
You
Curry?
cook, you know exactly what's in them.
Curry?
Cumin,
Chicken.
no chicken. They're good, right?
They're great.
I like
They're
them.
really great.
What if you add a little chocolate to this, Giada? Do you think it would be good?
By the way, chocolate makes everything better.
This is actually.
No.